All right, so back with another video. So I actually had quite a few people reach out to me and they wanted longer formats of this content. So I went ahead and started a YouTube channel. Like and subscribe if you want to. If not, I hope you still get something out of this video. So today we're not talking about business. We're actually going to be talking about some life philosophy, life in general. Specifically, there's a saying that probably everybody knows: misery loves company. I added to it. I don't know if I created it or not. Who knows? But I say if misery loves company, then trauma loves familiarity. And we all know what the first part means, right? Like misery loves company typically means if there's negativity in the room, most people will start kind of gravitating to that if they are also have a lot of negativity in their life. So then you get this group of people that are just they're connected through their shared misery, right? Their life isn't going well. The friend's life's not going well. And instead of looking to aspire and find other people that have a good life or a better life, they stay around those other folks that sort of feed that misery, right? It becomes this like self-fulfilling prophecy or this vicious cycle. Same thing with trauma, right? Same thing with trauma. So no matter what your trauma is, it affects you. It will always affect you in your decision making, your day-to-day life. Your trauma will affect you, right? And sometimes it's like people have crazy trauma, and sometimes it's, you know, little things. However, our reality is shaped by our experiences, right? So if I go through life and the biggest trauma I've ever had was I got a splinter when I was 3, that's still going to be my biggest trauma, right? Compared to all the other stuff. I won't even go into other people's traumas, right? So what ends up happening is at the ripe age of 42, you know, I've seen some stuff. I've been through some stuff. I'm sure you've seen some stuff and been through some stuff. The hard part is, since those experiences shape our reality moving forward in our decision making, the hard part is not becoming jaded. And I think everybody kind of struggles with that because we're all looking for those signs that show us ahead of time that the trauma is coming that we've already experienced. And we want to say, not this time. I know what this is. I've been through this, and I'm going to head it off at the pass, and I'm not even going to try, and I'm just going to close this door and move on. And that does serve you well in some aspects, right? But that's not really the best way to live life, because what ends up happening is you're sort of always looking for those warning signs of that trauma or the red flags of incoming trauma, and it becomes familiar to you. You would rather live through the lens of being able to spot these things ahead of time than sort of through the mindset of kind of the innocence that you lost, right? It's like Pandora's box. Once Pandora's box opens and that trauma happened to you, there's no way to put the trauma back in the box. You're now operating for the rest of your life with whatever baggage, whatever bullshit you have going on, right? So the problem here moving forward is like, how do we still live a good life and don't sink down to the misery and try to find others that have this shared trauma and kind of feel comfortable in the feeling of reliving that stuff that happened to you, right? I know me personally, it's almost like if I have like a, I don't know, I hate to use the word trigger, but let's say something triggers me. The first thing I do, up go the walls, middle fingers out. Like I feel more comfortable operating in that because it's like, I don't need you. I could do this myself. And that's true. I can do it myself and I don't need anybody else. However, that's a very isolated way to live life, right? Going forward, this is something I'm trying to overcome too, and this is something that I'm trying to implement into my daily life. But I challenge everybody else too that has been through some stuff. Is it's okay to know what somebody is capable of doing to you, right? It's okay. It's okay to be aware that people can do some seriously horrible stuff, right? However, I challenge you to know what they can do to you, but trust that they won't. Because here's the thing. If you operate in that lens there and you say, hey, I know what awful shit people can do to each other, and I'm still going to trust other people and just try to believe that they won't do awful things to me, there's two outcomes. One, they do awful things to you, but guess what? You're not surprised because you know what people are capable of. And then two, which is like the better outcome, is they never hurt you and they never do awful things to you. And you get to enjoy that instead of constantly being like, is this it? Is this the time? Is this the time you're going to screw me over? It's no way to live life. And it really takes a lot of like thinking and processing and knowing yourself, spending a lot of time thinking, which I think a lot of people don't do. And that's probably another video for another time. But anyways, yes. So closing this out, I challenge you, move forward, operating under the knowledge that you know what people are capable of, you know what they can do to you, but you're still going to try to trust that they won't. Thanks.